Hi guys, thanks for tuning in.
I decided to do something a little different today instead of the usual, me walking in the bathroom and do my whole weigh-in. We'll talk about my whole weigh-in later on or at the end of this video. But I told you all yesterday about hypothyroidism and how my girlfriend got diagnosed with it when she was, how old were you?
It was probably when I was 20.
She was about 20 years old. I'm gonna let her talk about what she went through or how she felt, and how the ketogenic diet has actually helped her, with this. So this is my girlfriend Carissa, by the way, if y'all didn't know that. So she's gonna tell us a little bit about what she experienced with hypo. So she's
Okay, so my experience was I was on and off of birth control, which girls know that most birth controls have hormones in them. So I was taking birth control. I've been on it since I was about 16, on and off. So I was on the NuvaRing for, I want to say it was about a year. Ladies, you know what that is. But it had hormones in it. So I stopped taking it and I was off of it for about a year. I didn't have a period for a whole year. So naturally that freaks every woman out, especially when you're expecting them. So I decided to go to an endocrinologist. Well, my endocrinologist decided that there was more to it than just my hormones. He asked me how I was feeling, how my energy levels were, which my energy levels weren't great. I would take 5-hour naps and I would sleep about 8 hours a day at night, which is a lot. And I still woke up tired, exhausted, I wasn't feeling good. I'm normally a very energetic person and I wasn't. Also, I never felt, I didn't have, I guess, mental clarity. It's just, I always felt groggy. Also, another thing was, I was always cold. I always forget. It was so long ago. Being tired was the biggest thing. And also, and another one was not having my period. So my endocrinologist did a T4, it's a B12 test, a blood test, and I actually came back low for my T4s. So my body was not producing enough T4, which your thyroid uses in order to help your metabolism. And another thing is I gained about, I want to say 15 to 20 pounds just from this hypothyroid issue. So my body was not producing enough, and with that, your metabolism slows down, you're always tired, you're always cold, which I was always cold, and so my doctor decided to put me on a medication that was supposed to help me produce, it's synthetic, but it was supposed to help me produce those T4 or pretend. So I took those maybe about a year, and I don't like taking medication. It's not something that I'm good at. I don't maintain that very well. And then I met Vince and he talked to me about this diet. So I gave it a whirl and I went and I had my B12 checked, and actually they were low, but it wasn't low enough to where I needed to be on medication. So I'm not on medication. I feel fine. I've actually tried to take naps and I'm unable to because I have so much energy, and I generally just try to take naps when I have headaches. So yeah.
Okay, the thing is with thyroid is when you eat carbohydrates or sugars, along those lines, your body has to work that much harder to process those types of foods, especially on your. It's a lot of work on your thyroid. So when you're producing ketones, ketones is another form of energy that your liver makes. Once you're, the whole fat process, the whole fat goes through your liver, and your liver releases ketones. So when you have ketones in the bloodstream, it's like your body can relax, or your thyroid can relax, and it doesn't have to work as hard to try to produce those type of hormones. And with that, it's been shown where having a low thyroid can actually help you live longer. When she got on this diet, she was she went into the endocrinologist? Or
no, it was just my general practitioner because I was getting headaches.
So yeah, she went to go check because of her headaches, and she wanted to get her thyroid checked again. So I was like, I warned her. I was like, look, whatever test is when your tests come back, your T4 or T3 are going to be low. Sure enough, what were they?
She didn't give me a.
No.
She just said that it was low, but it wasn't low enough to where I needed to be on medication. It was optional.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So usually, when you're on a ketogenic diet, and you get tested for the T4, T3, I mean they're going to come back low generally. It's just because your body is using ketones for energy, and normally or now it's your body doesn't need to work as hard to make those hormones anymore. Your T4, T3 have a lot to do with your body regulation, your temperature regulation, the way you metabolize your food, whether you're gaining or losing weight.
I would say that it has helped me substantially. I don't feel tired as much. I mean, I'm not a morning person. I mean, I'm a morning person compared to Vince, but I'm not the type of person to wake up at 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. and be spry and ready to start the day, or even want to get out of bed remotely at all. But with being on this diet, I find myself being able to wake up at 6 or 5 and be willing to get out of bed, and even if it's just go sit on the couch and watch Netflix or whatever. But I've been getting up earlier and wanting to do these things rather than sleeping in and feeling groggy in the morning. So I would say that even if I am going to bed at 12, I'm still in the morning waking up refreshed, if that makes any sense. And I think that relates to my diet. And I wouldn't say that cutting carbs out was a hard thing for me, but I was still running off of it, and I was still running off of the wrong types of food. And with switching to this, it's just been a completely different experience for me.
Another thing I want to note is that there's been word out there saying that switching over to a ketogenic diet, especially if you have hypo, it's very bad for you because of calorie restriction. In a way that is true, but since your body is releasing ketones, you're going to be. I mean, I'm not a doctor, so whatever I say, that Vince said this, so I should be fine. No, I'm not a doctor. This is what I've read. But yeah, ketones are going to give you that energy that you need. But obviously, if you switch over to a ketogenic diet while you have hypo and you restrict your calories on this, that's when problems can start happening. So what I suggest, remember, I'm not a doctor, is when you go into this diet, is that you take an adequate enough calories to where you're, where you have energy throughout the day. And I wouldn't know, but I mean, how were you when you're taking enough calories? I mean, how did you feel? I mean, you just said it. I mean, right now.
I mean, it's one of those things. I don't really count calories. I don't really believe in counting calories. I don't like to put that stress on myself. So what, I mean, I eat until I feel satisfied, and then from there, I'm done. In total, since I've started this, I've lost about 8 to 10 pounds, give or take, which is awesome. I don't see it myself, but I know I feel better, and I know it's just going to keep going, but I haven't restricted myself on calories, and I try again. I'm terrible at keeping these things organized, like taking pills every day or keeping track of my calories. I started on MyFitnessPal, but I can stick with it. So it's just one of those things where I eat until I feel satisfied, and then I'm done. I don't overeat. That's one thing that I hate overeating. It's the worst feeling in the world to me. So I eat what I need to, and then from there I keep going, I guess.
Yeah, she did have the meal plan, the MyFitnessPal, when she first started the ketogenic diet, and I think within like less than a week she already had it down. I mean, which she doesn't even count calories anymore. And I asked her, like, I think 3 days straight, maybe not even a week straight, like if she's tracking her stuff, and I just eventually just stopped because I knew she knew what she was doing, and I didn't want to put that stress on her where you gotta count your macros or whatever, because that's just another thing with this ketogenic diet that can that a lot of people would tend to hop off because it's just another stressor they have to deal with, counting macros and stuff. So I did ask her for a couple of days, and after a couple of days I just stopped, and then she eventually figured out a rhythm, and she just stuck to it, and it's obviously done her good.
I mean, I think I'm in ketosis. I don't know though.
She's in ketosis. Trust me.
You have my strips.
Yeah, I had to borrow her strips because I ran out. I mean, they're coming in the mail. Don't worry. So that's a little tidbit on hypothyroidism. There's another thing called hyperthyroidism, but that's for another day. I just wanted to share with you guys what hypo was, since my girlfriend here had it, and I'm glad that she was able to sit here in front of the camera and talk to you guys. I'm pretty sure I told you all this, but we actually made a bet on the Super Bowl, and the Patriots lost. So the bet was that if the Patriots lose, that she would do the Keto Quest contest. So next month she is gonna do the Keto Quest contest. Yeah, I mean, I think she's gonna do good on it. I just have a feeling she's gonna do good on it. So I can't wait to see like what this transformation is gonna look like. Okay, just a recap of today. I think I weighed in at this morning around 176.3, so I was weighing in 179 point something yesterday. So that's a little over a 2 pound decrease from fasting. So I mean, that's good. Today, how do I feel? I mean, today was a fast state, so I did eat, and I ate till I was satisfied. I might have eaten like 1 or 2 extra fat bombs. That's the dryer. I might have eaten like 1 or 2 extra fat bombs after I was full, just because they're delicious. And
it's become basic.
Yeah, I have this thing with pumpkin spice everything and being basic, and now I like pumpkin spice ever since I met her. So yeah, I mean, today I felt good. My ketones were at 3.9 today. They're at 3.9. I felt, obviously I had a lot of energy, it keeps me going. I just want to tell you my experience with ketones, with ketogenic diet. Ever since I jumped on this, I've had so much energy. When I had that typical, 6 meals a day, carbs, sugars, or whatever I ate, I just had those crashes all the time. I just never felt good. I just felt like crap all the time. And now, like, I always thought that you got to eat to, have your energy. You got to keep eating. But, this whole time I was misinformed. And now being on the ketogenic diet, before I started this whole challenge, I was eating like 2, maybe 3 times a day, because I was mixing in intermittent fasting as well as doing like 16 hours fasting, 8 hours of feeding window. But yeah, I just have energy the whole day. I never had to worry about food anymore. When I was doing those 6 meals a day, like I was stressing about, like it almost became a chore that I was eating 6 times a day, and then I had to go meal prep. And you can still meal prep on this diet, but we really don't. We cook on the spot. We're hungry. Okay, let's go cook. And we actually love. I love cooking with you. We love cooking with each other here. And we always, look online, figure out new recipes, try to spice things up a bit. But I'm getting off track here. But yeah, the ketones have been doing me good, this whole time. But yeah, if you're new to this diet, give it a try, and I guarantee that, you will feel like a euphoric feeling, the whole time. You just have energy. Like you'll have cognitive function. You have clarity. Yeah, I guarantee those things will happen. If it doesn't happen, then you say, Vince, you go fuck yourself. You were wrong, but I'm sure it won't happen. Let me see.
I did think that, like, when I first started dating him, I thought he was so weird. Not so weird, but just to find somebody who's so passionate about their diet, that's definitely something that you don't typically come across. Most people are like, yeah, I'm on a diet, and let's see how long this lasts. He's very excited about it, and he never once pushed me to do it. I kind of decided that I wanted to try it out, and so far I love it. I can't stop telling people about it. This lady that I've been working with, she's even really considering doing it. And so it's really cool. I just have so much more energy, and it's great. It's like midnight, and I'm not even, I'm tired, but like.
We can keep going.
I'm normally like falling asleep while talking.
See, it's all about, it's that keto train. Just hop on it and just go for the ride. That's all.
Lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. That's right. All right, guys. I'm thinking about anything else that I want to say. So I covered my weight. Well, first off, we covered the hypothyroid. We covered this morning's weigh-in, my ketones. What else? I think that's it. Oh yeah, Blue's in timeout right now because she peed all over the floor. So I had to use my big man's voice. So just, if y'all care or not, it don't matter.
She's still a puppy. Still a puppy. And she was abused before, so let's give her some slack. So
she's still got to learn. I think that is it. Tomorrow will be a fasted state. So hopefully that's gonna go good. I think that's it. Yeah, so thank you for tuning in. And again, this is Carissa. And I will see y'all tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.